Oh, create homunculus.
Yeah.
I was like looking in the H section.
Yeah, no, it creates a homunculus, which is a creature that is a CR0 apparently.
Why is this piece of shit in my deck?
I would prefer if that took place during the session.
Cool.
What took place during the session?
He was asking about creating a homunculus.
Oh, okay.
Alright, yeah, the stream's live. We're only a half hour behind. I take all the blame. So tonight...
It's gonna be a short night.
No, it's not.
A lot of screaming at each other.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a long night of who knows what happens. And we're gonna keep using the Babylon music because I actually really like this music. So the one thing, if everybody notices, I'm using Mozilla now for streaming the campaign. And the one thing I don't like about it is if my cursor goes too high, it shows like my F11 screen. And that gets really annoying. But otherwise, it's super cool and super pleasant. Anyways, welcome to the Ilderon Tales. If you're watching the live stream, you can see my face tonight and not my chin because I am back in a viable location for streaming.
But it was such a chiseled chin.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can still see my chin. In addition to my chin, you get to see my eyes, my jaw, and my shoulders. I don't know.
Really, the chin's the only good part.
We are playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. It is a role-playing game. Everything you are going to see tonight is wonderful live storytelling. In addition to that, this is Group D, Brothers in Arms, Saga 3 of their campaign, Episode 6. What else do I need to go over? Oh yeah, if you're under the age of 14, please consult your parents before watching this content. You're going to probably encounter some stuff that's inappropriate for you. Finally, we're playing in a homebrewed world. It is the world of Ilderon, the link for which is in the description. You can read more about our campaign setting. Ilderon is a world that is that is defined by how active its gods are in its existence. And we have a website now where you can keep up with more about the campaigns. It's called www.ilderontales.com. And before we get started, the last thing that I have started doing for these streams is I've just been offering random information about the world that doesn't necessarily have to be relevant to any campaigns going on. Is there anything specifically anybody wants to know about the world?
What's going to happen today?
What's going to happen tonight? A whole lot of wow, Brandon, really? Question marks.
If a person who has two souls inside their body, like, for example, an evil wizard that lives in a Lil Nagai, dies, and you cast Resurrection on them, what soul comes back?
Or would there be two bodies?
Yeah, that's a good question. It would if you're talking about the, I think, 7th level spell Resurrection, it defines you have to have a piece of the person's body, and it would depend on whose soul originally inhabited that body. So
It is also Resurrection is a 5th level spell.
Oh, 5th level, yeah. It would be the person whose body it originally was, would be the one that comes back.
Oh, not Resurrection. Reincarnate was what I was thinking of. Not Resurrection. Reincarnate. Jackal is Resurrection.
I don't know what level Resurrection is. I know there's Resurrection and True Resurrection. True Resurrection, you don't need anything but a thought.
7th.
Be gone, thought! Come here, thought!
But yeah, the magic of the magic that you're referring to of the seed Duzima, it is more like a very intense possession rather than, gluing two souls together. So it's like, while another soul might be inhabiting that body, it's basically a rental home. I guess would be the more appropriate response. Okay. Is that a good tidbit? I guess so. I've only been doing these for 3 sessions. Maybe they'll get better. Maybe they'll get worse. I'm gonna just go the Donald Trump route of my president and say it was the best tidbit ever. Everybody's satisfied. Like, people everywhere loved it.
There are no more questions. Everyone loved it.
I've heard lots of people say they loved it, so it was great.
I got a Discord message. I thought was somebody posting in chat. Never mind.
Okay, so let's handle the recap tonight. Does anybody want to volunteer to handle it?
Good luck, Rob.
If not, I'm comfortable handling. I've read the recap right before this, and I don't need to spend this time reading over Homunculus because I did it earlier.
I totally did.
I can do it, Brandon.
Go ham. If you miss anything important for the session, I'll add it on at the end.
Okay. Well, be prepared to add it because I was going to say my character's great, Rob's character not so much. Okay, back to you.
And that's pretty much what happened. So, picking up right from there, you guys are... No, I'm kidding. Alright, so you guys were in the city of Arter Sarai. The session started off with Rael sneaking away from the party. What? I don't need the sewers tonight.
Oh, so I did in last session. I did get to do my magnum opus of all Chefdumont stories, and I got to teach E, and I got to teach Jackal.
We should never take a drink from you.
Yeah, never trust me ever again. And suckered them into tasting Phoenix blood for the very first time. They will never forget that wine now, ever.
I won't forget that wine ever now. But
that part is true.
that part is true. Although I will state, I could try and handle the recap.
Well,
go for it, E. I'm just...
If you want to eat, you can, but before you do, I just want to say, I love that perfectly encapsulated Demont recap of just like, okay, what happened last session? Like, I don't know, we kind of like started distrusting our party, but Demont told a great story, and it's like, okay, what about the crimes? What about the bells? What about the danger? What about the plan to kill the vampires? It's like, nope, just a good story happened. That was it.
That's all what Dumont remembers.
Yeah, exactly.
So starting off the session after Rael left the party, sneaking away with surprisingly nobody noticing, he went went into the dungeon disguised as one of the High Councilwomen. I forget her name.
Kylissa Tolls.
Kylissa Tolls. I remember she was a High Councilwoman. She, convincing the guards to let him in, disguised as her, to help free Kadam. After one of the guards getting very paranoid and suspicious of Father A initially, he began getting suspicious of fake Kylissa, well, after Rael got talked to Kadam in Thieves' Camp, and causing there to be a bunch of alarms going off after, I believe it was Command, and duration failed. I forget what spell he used, but they began their escape with the bells going off of a high-level assassin being released, while Rael managing to warp Kadam safely away, and having her owe him a favor. he initially pulled that favor in and asking about her history with Father A, giving him loosely what he wanted, maybe not what he was expecting, but then going to the party, the party was waiting in the Calkin office, causing it to... Sorry. When we heard the bells going off while Maro decided to try and calm himself down after a long day, and everybody else kind of waiting in the Calkin office for the meeting to happen, they heard the bells going off, with the entire party leaving after Rael rejoins, with the exception of Maro to go out and check what the bells were. The bells began, well, because of the release, and one of the guards assumed Father A helped with, I set Kadam's escape, forcing him to go in jail while Dumont and, I believe, with Dumont and Celebus, I believe, trying to defend Father A, and then Alma tried to, with Father A just saying, "Shush, there's no convincing this man," and going off with Dumont yelling at him before coming back with the Phoenix Blood to tell that magnum opus, while Rael and Celebus went off to go talk to the Magnate to try and see what further was going on and to try and help him be able to take part in our plan to go kill the vampires. With that being stated, she agreed to it. On the way back to the Calkin office, the magnum opus happened with Maro causing mass confusion and us finding out that Maro can't affect Maro, but he is affected by every other wisdom saving throw ever. And after that, the rest of the party joined up, with Father A getting a worrying news that I want to say Ariana was planning on talking to her mother to try and see what truly went on to help him out, which Father A reasonably was suggesting she should not talk to that woman or trust that woman.
Suggesting indicates that I didn't forcibly tell her not to do that.
Yeah. And I get the exact plans of what happened at the Calkin office.
Okay. So yeah, pretty much all of that was stated. Rael sneaking off, letting Kadam out, triggering the bells, Father A being falsely accused of the crime, Celebus and Rael and the Magnate visiting Father A in his cell, the party going back to the Magnate, and then, or not the Magnate, then back to the Calkin office, the meeting happening with Jami. Terse words being exchanged between Jami and Kaitrina, before finally a plan was decided on. Anadelia agreed to help use Lady Lithilia Nakart as bait for the plan. The Silver Sigil wanted to set the trap in the Riverlands north of the capital, presuming that the running water would give them a better advantage against the undead, especially if, or the running water against the vampires, especially if there was some time in between them feeding. Kaitrina was adamant against that plan, as it required transporting Lady Lithilia Nakart way too far north with way too many opportunities for things to go wrong, and suggested on doing it on the road south of the city. They couldn't come to a impasse, and nobody could negotiate between them before Jami finally conceded to go with Kaitrina's plans on letting the ambush happen on the southern roads. He said he would send agents to scout out a good location to lay the trap, and expected for the party to come through on their end with Anadelia convincing Lethalia to join in the plan, and Celebris being dominated. That said, as he was leaving, the party offered a alternative to Credori being on the battlefield with him, in which Rael offered to cast Simulacrum on her, which would make a copy of her with all of her spells and abilities until it eventually ran out of magical potential and couldn't cast anything anymore. He declined that option. The reason why, sending Credori into the heat of the battle, everybody else could either help remotely or be spared. But if the Twilight Fang dispelled the weapons as she was using the creation spell to create them, then whoever was battling the Twilight Fang would be out of luck. And Credori needed to be there to create new weapons on the spot if needed. That said, if the Simulacrum got dispelled, it would be the same situation. As he was stepping out, Alma sent him a sending, and I think that's where we'll start. So, is there anything I missed that wasn't covered?
I think Rael also did ask, which the party doesn't know about possibly trying to learn Modified Memory.
Oh yeah. And he's like, that's dangerous and dark magic you're working with there, Sonny.
And also the fact that it was a secret thing. All right.
Yeah. Rael asked about it. That has not been forgotten, BT Dubs. Let's see. It's not the 27th of Hunter.
It is the 27th of Hunter.
It's the 27th of Hunter? Wow.
Well, it's the 28th. Well, okay, so we finished the session on the technically.
Oh, yeah. So he walks out. Alma sends the sending, and then the Father A's worst nightmare happened. That was the one thing I was forgetting. The party went to sleep that night. And Father A woke up in the middle of the night from a bad nightmare where he envisioned Ayla sneaking into his cell and petrifying him and rambling on and on about a master evilful plan. The nightmare was too horrifying to be real, and he woke up in quick breaths and cold sweats. Alright, and we are going to pick up on the morning of the 28th, which means I will send you...
Brandon?
Yes.
So Demont, before he goes to bed, will down the cup of Phoenix blood that he'd been kind of just nursing / holding.
Give me 1 secondo. I'm going to start dragging everybody down to the session room. I
should probably get it.
We can all just move to the session room.
Boom. Okay. I have a Discord thing set up for the stream that says who's talking. Can somebody talk?
Hi.
Okay, cool. It's not working. Yeah.
I am Marrow.
Yeah, it's supposed to say who's talking, and I realized I had it set to say who's talking in this room. So anyways, I will go discuss that later as to why it's not working. But good to know. Yeah, so Father Dumont is drinking that Phoenix blood. Alright. The world's greatest table. Alright, so Dumont is going to gain 1 key point and the Step of the Wind Monk feature. And Also, as you burp and finish your cup, every time you open your palm, a small wind comes out of your palm, pushing items away from you. It is very annoying.
Wait, say that again. A small what?
Wind blows from your palm.
Wind. Okay.
All right, but by the time you go to sleep, you know, if you just sleep with your arms tucked into your armpits, by the time you wake up, those effects are gone. All right, so I owe Alma a message.
Go ahead. I'll keep that one to myself. Go ahead.
What, you don't like your free air conditioner?
No. That's fine. Go ahead.
I don't know if that's 25 words. I didn't count it, but that's the sentiment. Alright, so, Alma sent a sending to, Jami. Jami replied. Everybody, Dumont finishes his drink for that night.
You're fine. It's 22 words.
Okay, everybody else goes to sleep, and we are going to wake up on the 28th of Hunter. It is bright and early in the morning, and you guys are the second group in this region to reach this day. It is raining, unfortunately. Oh,
Who's unpredictable? I can't read that.
oh, it's but he.
Oh, okay.
Booth. Alright, so yeah, it is the 28th of Hunter, and let's see, what's the party doing? Because I think I want to start with Father A, and I just want to have a notion for where you guys are headed or what you're doing.
Jail.
Well, no. Let's see what the party's doing, but the scene's gonna open on Father A. Go ahead.
Maro is going to be waiting at the Gallican office for Kiro.
Alright, is he playing that sweet lute music?
It's a mandolin, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Loot.
Um,
Do you keep your mandolin in a loot box?
no, he keeps it in a loot bag. Yeah, you know what? He'll be kind of tuning it while he's waiting.
Okay. And the rest of the party, would you guys just wait till Mero finishes his meeting?
I don't think I've got any plans for the morning, so yeah.
Well, isn't this when we were gonna go get my body back?
Yeah, Mero said that he was
we'd be doing that. I completely forgot.
Yeah, no, this was when you guys would be getting, because he said he cannot, as much as he would love to be there to watch you get resurrected, he has previous plans that would be better off just like, you know, you guys do your thing, I do my thing.
Out of curiosity, Brandon, well, we'll cover that when you actually get to our.
Okay. So, Father Anderson.
Hi.
In your, or you are going to wake up early in the morning to the sounds of boots marching across stone. Just a constant, well, actually, it wouldn't be marching at all. It would just be the sounds of many footsteps. I'm gonna roll you a percentage die, real quick, of...
Those always result in happy thoughts.
All right. Yeah. The die is not going to come up in your favor, so you're fine. And by you're fine, I mean you're not going to be suffering. Opening the cell to your door, Captain Tatum is going to step in, and a woman step in, and behind him is a woman dressed in adventuring gear. She has a set of silver chains on her waist, and she is making, I guess, small talk with Captain Tatum as she steps in. And Captain Tatum is going to say, he's an incredible fighter. He's been through some of Arter's worst situations. If he wants, he could try and overpower you and escape. The woman's going to reply and say, and if he escapes from he'll know, or everybody will know of his guilt. His trial will be, his sentence will be handed down from the magnate. His honor, his titles, all of that removed. And he'll be the army's job to bring in. And Tatum is going to say, yeah, but we don't want to have to bring him in again. Are you sure you don't need an escort? And she is going to look in the cell and look at Father Anderson and say, I am Lilda Alakan. I'm the ethics counselor assigned to watch you. If you run from me, you know what that means, correct?
It means that you won't catch me.
Ooh.
Which is a joke in poor taste. I understand that fleeing you means admitting my guilt.
She is going to nod to Captain Tatum, who's going to walk over to the cell. He puts a key in it and looks at her. And she's going to say, one of the jobs of the Ethics Council is to help provide you with a path to rehabilitation for the crimes you committed against our nation. In honor of your service and your station, it is why you have the privilege of traveling with me by your side. Captain Tatum is going to unlock the cell.
I guess I'll walk out of the cell?
Oh, it never showed to everybody. There we go. Alright. She is...
Damn.
She's going to...
Babe to keep my eye on me.
She is going to nod to Captain Tatum, who begins to walk away. And she is going to say, what is today? 8th day? Yeah, she's going to say, your trial has been set. 8 days from now, 6th day, next week. Until then, you and I will be joined at the hip.
Grand.
And she's going to say, I was informed you were planning to travel from the city. I've already let my contacts know that we were going to be on the road.
Are you aware of why I'm going to be leaving the city? Am I getting my stuff back? Like, what is happening right now?
Oh, yeah. How much... Well, nobody moves to give you your stuff back. Do you ask her that?
Well, I guess I wasn't sure if we were walking and talking, just kind of standing there.
Yeah, she's... And I guess she'll say that, like, as you guys are standing there, and she's, going to say, my job is not to be intrusive and observe you or watch you like a hawk. My job is actually to provide you guidance in these situations. A
Great.
path to get back to the ethics that are demanded of somebody of your station.
Great. You're basically a light. That's why I wanted to immigrate to art. To have somebody follow me around and tell me how to live my life.
She's gonna hold a hand out and say, "You're a noble. People pledge their sword to you. You owe it to the people that that you protect in your lands to at least behave with some sense of honor."
What lands? Do you know what my possessions are? They're everything that you confiscated when you put me in this dungeon. Which I would like back, please. There are other guards in here. That's who I'm eyeballing right now.
So your accuser is definitely not there.
Well, yeah, because my accuser is Ariana.
The guy who the snitch is not.
Oh,
there.
Bailson.
Yeah.
I wish he was there. I'd put the fear of God in him.
Yeah, they're not letting you in.
But he wouldn't be there because they wouldn't trust me not to just disembowel him.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, is kind of a crime unto itself. But anyways, yeah, as you ask that, she is going to say, come, we can requisition him from the quartermaster. And heading to the quartermaster, you guys will be able to get your gear.
Everything but my sickle, which Celebrus still has.
And she's going to say, if you don't have land... well, let's give her an intelligence check. Oh, that's not terrible. And she's going to say, I've only started reading about you this morning from the information the Citizenship Council had, and that Lady Keeve told me, our Counselor Keeve told me. From what I understand, you were knighted by the last magnate. That title should have came with a plot of land, yours to develop as you see freely, or see fit.
The land was converted into gold.
She's gonna say, you sold your claim?
I guess you could say that. It would have required me to claim it in the first place.
She's just going to look a little flabbergasted at that. And she's going to say, well, without a claim, that moves your rank in the cast down to Soulsworn.
And?
Sounds like he cares so much.
Do I lose ascendancy points? Is Galesong disappointed in me now? Do I not get the good mead when I go to the inn?
She is going to say hardly, but I just thought with how Lady Keeve spoke of the magnate's appreciation for you, you would be some great aspiring Ardorian or hero. She's gonna
broken
decide.
a little Nagian who only knows how to stab things.
And she's gonna sigh and say, I just thought you could be more. In any case, it's my job to help get you back there. Contrary to popular belief, I do not wish your head.
I don't think that you do.
She nods and says, if you start living up to your potential, that actually speaks well of my skill.
Well, then frankly, we're going to leave these 8 days disappointed. I I do hope my head doesn't cost you your job.
She is going to just inhale and exhale and say, well, if you will, don't let me change you from your daily schedule. Just don't be surprised when I give you my input.
Yep, that daily schedule of all that crime you're going to commit.
No, my daily schedule mostly consists of, well, crime and standing outside of Ariana's office to make sure that she's safe from crime other people.
Do you say that?
No, because why would I admit to crime?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, well, that doesn't sound like something you would say.
Well, my daily routine mostly consists of keeping our magnate safe, but I'm on what somebody calls vacation. Which means I'm keeping other people safe instead of her. But we're going to Storm's Nest.
She nods and says, I think the visit will do you good.
Yes, I should get back to my roots every so often.
Or the new warden could properly instill fear of the place in you, and you can understand the path that you're on.
You don't... What is this? Have we got my stuff back yet? Like, what? Like, where is this?
Yeah. You would have gotten. You guys would be at the. Oh, actually, we're not on the castle thing. Yeah, you guys would be at the quartermaster, and you would be up from the dungeon, walking through Central Rise into the supply hall, or walking from the supply hall.
So have I gotten my stuff and we're walking away, or walking?
Yes. You've gotten your stuff.
Cool. I'll have to get my sickle later.
All right, beelining for Storm's Nest.
Oh wait, I had one more witticism. Or grumpy. You're not going to be able to put the fear of Storm's Nest into me. One, I doubt the new warden's as bad as the old one, and I've already spent time in Storm's Nest. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not showing the right manners. What's his name? What's the name of the old guy?
Oris.
Oris Sundale. See, I was getting confused because I was thinking Oris, and I'm like, no, that's Jami's last name. You know, rest in peace, Oris. I'm not happy you're dead. Or I'm not happy. Or I'm happy you're dead. There we go.
Where does she stand on that?
I don't know. Where does she stand on any of this? Spent the last 20 minutes proving that I am a surly, awful old man.
Yeah, and she's going to say, so for the first lesson from the Ethics Council, another member in the Ardorian army, whether their story is good or bad, you should respect what they contributed to the nation. I've heard horrific things about Warden Sundale. That said, it doesn't undercut the fact that he served Ardor. And we'll jump over to the party. Okay, so the rest of the group waiting in the morning for Kiro.
No, performing a resurrection.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure Meryl's by himself.
Okay, Alma.
So,
and-
Brandon.
Yes.
Did Gimple come by with the thing I asked him to get?
Oh, what did you ask Gimple to get? Because last I checked, he was in the diplomat's quarters in the castle.
Lambskin pouch for Father A.
Oh yeah, you asked that for him way back in the castle. Let's see. I'll roll him an investigation check. Yes, but well, you haven't talked to Gimple this morning. He's still in the castle.
Okay, so he hasn't come by. All right,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackal's character.
Say that one more time. You cut out for me.
I'm going to be following Anthony's and Jackal's characters.
Okay. You guys are headed to the Palace District, to the catacombs of McBaron Reese, to retrieve Celebrus's body. Am I correct in that?
Yep.
Alright. Alma was not at Celebrus's funeral. Neither was...
quick question. Did we take a long rest between the events of last night and now?
Yes, you have.
Okay, let me refresh my spells.
Neither was Dumont, and Celebrus was dead.
I mean, Celebrus was technically there.
Yeah. Anadelia told you how they buried your body, but Celebrus was put in a general catacomb, just for the... It was a specific group of people that served the magnate of just like... kind of where a nameless soldier would go. I forgot what she named it. But anyways, all of that said, you don't know the exact location of your body, but you can roll me an investigation check searching through these catacombs. Or I guess I can describe it for you guys. Celebrus has been here once before. There, in the graveyard, the catacombs of McBaron Reese, there are multiple mausoleums of famous heroes and famous families. The magnate has their own mausoleum. While there are people buried in this graveyard, the mausoleums lead to the under caverns that go underneath the sewers of the city, and and where the catacombs of McBaron Reese are. These are a set of winding tunnels that wind underneath the Palace District, and all the way to the mushy lands of the underground rivers that run through here. And Celebrus has fought in these before, particularly when he first met Barty. So you can navigate down to one of the main entranceways, which I'll rule that you remember. Other than that, though, from there it is going to be an investigation check through the tunnels to try and find your body.
Okay. Since they're with me and I would assume be helping, would I have advantage or no?
Well, let's set the scene. I don't believe Celebrus has dark vision. Does Alma or do Alma or Dumont have dark vision? And if not, who would be carrying a torch or some sort of light?
Alma does have dark vision.
Okay, he does. And are you guys just following Alma, like hand on Alma's shoulder?
I would try and get a torch if there was like one on the sconce wall that I could take up.
Okay.
Off.
Yeah, after you guys go about 2 floors down into the catacombs, everything in the lower levels of this place that aren't well maintained, it is completely dark. So you could go back upstairs and grab a torch and come back down here. That said,
Is the mausoleum near the castle?
Yeah, so there is a patch of land. I can show you exactly where you're at on the map.
I would yell at Gimple to come, and basically I'd make him pull.
Well, no, it's not near the castle as far as like shouting distance. It's
I have Brandon. That's why.
Yeah, you're not within 100 feet of Gimple.
Okay, fair enough.
The patch of land for the catacombs is actually covered up on the map, but it's right behind where the castle rises on the map. And it cascades down the hillside into the river. Going down into these tunnels, Celebris can roll a investigation check since he does have a way to see. Otherwise, if you guys were following Alma, I was going to roll Alma, but I have to roll it. Did you have another question, Anthony? I don't remember if that was it. Okay, cool.
I was just wondering if I had advantage because I had their help or not. That was the question, basically.
All right. Spreading out and looking over the people embalmed and buried down here. Some of the names of who is lying here, as far as like it being chiseled on the stone underneath where the bodies are laid, have either degraded off and just eventually over time been chipped off, or fallen away. You are not going to find your body in any of the upper floors. I say as the first 4 floors. Following the tunnels down, though, you can see where some of the stone gets newer, as far as like new sections being dug out. And you are going to find one for Knights of the Maphis Majesty, beginning in the year of 1014. Presumably, this is where your body is buried.
Alright. Hopefully it should be around here.
Alright.
Start walking up the walls, looking at, like, the inscriptions of names and trying to see any that or my name on any of the slots.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start preparing a spot on the floor to like lay the body.
You are going to find your body. It is embalmed and wrapped. It is actually frosting over down here, which is strange because it is like a little. It is a little damp down here, but it's not particularly cold. Your body, however, whatever bits of moisture are down here are forming bits of frost on it. Your body has a huge gash in it, which you can tell from the wraps on it that kind of like end and end, going from your shoulder through your chest to your abdomen. It is very mangled.
This is somehow surreal, seeing literally my dead body in front of me right now. Lord Dumont, would you mind helping me carry my body over to where Olma is?
Alright.
And start pulling it out of the slot and carrying it over to Olma's space.
Is it on a like a stretcher, Brandon?
It's lying on a bed of chiseled stone that's been dug into the wall. The stone it's lying on, the stone platform it's lying on, does not move out.
So it doesn't have like a wooden
No.
pallet or whatever underneath
No,
it
this
that
is
split it in.
Yeah, this is a mass burial site, so whatever they can do to save on space. Like, there are 3 chiseled stone places above Celebris of, like, other bodies that have been laid there. And you can see about 24 other ones in this room that have been chiseled out, but no bodies there.
Gotcha. Well,
Also, how long have you been dead again?
A little over a month.
A little over a month. Alright. You're going to be taking penalties, but I will be fine. Just will be down a 7th level for the day. But that's fine. This is what the 7th level is for.
I don't know setting the body down in front of Alma. What goes on now, but you need a diamond, correct?
Correct. If you have one, that would be preferable. Otherwise, I can provide my own, but I will require compensation.
Celebris pulls out his diamond.
Alright, Alma will take it and just do a quick inspection. Make sure it's up to snuff.
At that, Dumont's gonna whistle when he sees the diamond. He's gonna look at Celebris and say, "You are prepared, aren't you?"
It's been a long trip back from Alona Guy.
Time to do that voodoo that you do so well, Jackal.
Time to do the voodoo that I do. I voodoo you, don't you do? Alright, I'm done. And I will stop my voodoo.
Okay, you cast Resurrection?
Yep, it is an hour long.
Yeah, an hour. Yeah.
Full hour. As basically, I call to your spirit, hey, get back in your body.
Alright.
Looking at you.
You might even start singing I Got Friends on the Other Side.
You've never done this
I'm very
before, have
tempted
you?
to, but I'm very scared of Disney lawsuits.
You've never done this before, have you?
What? No, I've brought people back from the dead before. Or do you mean as a player?
No, Celebris is actually saying that.
I mean, granted, I've never cast one this high, but I have brought people back from the dead before.
Alright.
Alright. So, you get halfway through the casting of Resurrection, and you feel as you are pulling Celebris's body or soul, back into this world, you feel something almost just as heavy pull against you. Celebris, as you are standing there, you are going to look at your hands and your body, and you are going to start to fade away as your body begins turning into a mist. Your sentient soul body. After about 2 minutes of this, you completely, as a cloud, are pulled away and zip out of the room, moving incredibly fast. Everything around you is a blur. Everybody else just sees Celebris slowly dissolve into sparkle dust over the process of this 2 minutes. Celebris,
Doing my magic, making the dust swirl.
As I start fading a little bit, I'll start taking any equipment off of my body and setting it on the ground.
Okay. Celebris. The next thing you know, you are on the bridge. It is not anything like any of your other experiences on the bridge. You are on a scorched plane of Earth. There is fire in front of you, and over your shoulder you can see that endless ocean that you used to sail on the Aramir. And no matter where you move, it doesn't feel like anything is getting closer or further away from you. If you take 3 steps forward, the ocean still looks like it's just 2 steps behind you. Every time you turn around, it is still behind you. It is nearly maddening.
Oh yeah.
While on the bridge, you are going to hear shrieking around you. It is the sound of... Well, actually, roll me a nature check. Or a religion check. I don't know if you'd innately understand this.
Oh, they're the same modifier.
What did you get? 19. Okay. You are going to hear... That's not what I wanted. Where is this thing? You are going to hear the cries of a Albean. You remember when you were on the Aramir, these things would sometimes fly next to the ship, sailing with its sails. Oftentimes, the sailors of the Aramir befriended these birds. However, they are often known as omens. When you were on the Aramir, they kind of like precursed a great fight. And we'll come back to Celebris. Because that's halfway through it. Let's jump over to Marrow. Who is...
Okay.
Also, when I told you guys there's a lot of stuff tonight, and there's just a lot of stuff tonight. Alright,
Yeah.
so, Marrow.
Chuckling at the timing of that.
Meanwhile, let's jump to Marrow, who's
Being
Surrounded by a bunch of spirit vultures, and we're moving on.
Spirit vultures, demon gates, screeching, oh my! And let's go for something calm.
You are surrounded by spirit vultures. Well, have fun with that. Moving on.
Now for something entirely different.
Next up on your regularly scheduled broadcasting, it's the conversation with Kiro that was scheduled 4 sessions ago.
So, Rob, is this everything you expected and wanted?
Yes. It is.
Oh boy. We are having to schedule a meeting with my best friend.
Where...
I'm scheduled with Jordan all the time.
She made it big. Well, meanwhile, you're here.
Okay. Where did I save Kiro's card? Because I thought it was in Somar Villa. Oh, you know
I
what?
believe she is a...
She's a Group D
Yeah.
NPC.
Yeah, she's a group... I was about to say, yeah, she's Group D... She's the only Group D NPC, apparently.
Oh, wait. Hold on. This can't be right. She is Lady Kiro Hill because she got a title. Alright. So, Marrow, waiting at the Kalkin office. Let's see what is happening around.
Do you want me to roll a performance check while I'm waiting?
No, I'm just like thinking about who's there because obviously, who would get desk duty today? Left in this office, there is Kaitrina, Sindel is out, Giovanno is there, Meat is there, and yeah, that's all the working sentinels they have here. Alright, so 1 is Meat, 2 is Giovanno, and 3 is Kaitrina.
Yeah, just for flavor, I'll roll the performance, because he would be playing his mandolin as he's waiting.
Alright.
While
The performance check comes for after your meeting.
Oh, is Rael staying at the Kalkin office too?
Yeah, though
Okay.
beforehand he'd ask Marrow if he wants to be alone. To run.
He would probably state that with the matter of what's going on, he would prefer to be alone, but he's okay with Rael staying if he insists.
No problems. I can go and run some errands and do some shopping, and I will come back in the next hour or so.
That'll be fine.
Rael leaves.
Alright. Meat has desk duty today. So I will also pull her up because she's here.
Meat is the best person to be there for this.
Yeah, no, that
The silversmith.
is the silversmith.
Hanging out with the werewolf and the half werewolf.
Also, I had myself muted. I was rolling in my chair when you said she had silver. That Father A's character, ethics officer, has silver chains on her hip.
Oh yeah. She definitely does. I mean, if Father A pulls some spooky spectral stuff of trying to run away ethereally, you gotta make sure you combine them.
Oh yeah,
But
no,
my greatest
Silver will
crime
definitely
with that
do
woman is
that.
The fact that I'm absolutely mean to her.
All right. So Meat is on desk duty, and let's get something cheerful because this is not like this is adventure music. It's okay, but we want happy stuff. What is this? Tavern?
Happy, happy, joy,
Oh, that's
joy.
too happy.
Yeah, no, that is too.
What do we have? Cheerful town. I like this. All right. So as you did you roll that performance check?
Not yet. Hold on.
Okay. Go ahead and
Not his best. I rolled a 3, which
I have her set for some reason to always roll with advantage, and I need to set that to toggle and toggle. Okay, so as you are playing the mandolin and tuning it, Meat is going to be dancing in the lobby room to whatever music you're playing, and it's not going well. Like she tries to organize a step to it, and you try and play to the dance she's moving, and then obviously your mandolin's like not tuned right now, and you stop and like start retuning it, and she just looks over at you, and she's like, "All right, come on, this is a tempo." And she's
Are they gonna start dancing?
yeah, she's going to like move you away from the mandolin and say, just tap with your feet and like pick up your hands and start like dancing with you without the mandolin because you're not doing a good job.
Who's doing this?
Me.
Me.
Beat the people person.
Me is a people person. Damn.
Okay.
Oh, the dog dies.
That population, get your pets spayed or neutered.
Kiro is going to walk in on
Yes.
and seeing you like dancing with Meat, Kiro's going to like raise a hand to her mouth and say, "Sniffs, I never took you for one for ballroom dancing." Meat is going to look at Kiro and say, "Hello."
Called Meat's my favorite.
Letting go of Marrow.
I'm honestly usually one to play the instrument, not dance. I tend to get 2 left feet when it's more. Never mind.
No, continue.
Detail.
Casual is what I was thinking.
Meat's going to walk up to Kiro and say, I'm Lady Meat Ironweave." She bows graciously and then extends her hand. Kiro, seeing the silver chains on her gauntlet, elects not to shake it. She looks at you and says, "I came here to meet with him."
Yes. Hold on, I did not expect that first part to happen. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, there is that 3-minute laugh break.
Sorry. Yes. Yes, I kind of wanted to get some more information about our clan, considering I believe a friend of mine tried to scry on you the other day, and reasonably so, you didn't quite divulge any of our clan's secrets from what I could tell. Trying to be vague so that way Meat doesn't get it, but I'm sure Kiro understands what he means.
Well, Meat's, like, you know, you are dancing around your, words, and Meat's, like, looking at you, looking at her, and, you know, she seems really uncomfortable by Meat's presence, and she's gonna pick up on it, and it's like, you both would like, privacy? Well,
Yes.
this isn't a, this isn't a emissary? Nope, I forgot the name for a diplomatic place in another nation. Consulate?
Consulate?
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. And she's gonna say, well, this isn't a consulate, but I'm the only one here. You guys could use the meeting rooms. Or, you know what? Actually, I just remembered I had some reports to write to send back to the quarters. I'll be upstairs. If anybody has a job that they need, just let me know and I'll handle them. Yeah. Meat is going to walk by you. She gives a very encouraging gesture. It looks very lewd. As far as like you like, she whispers like, or mouths the words of like, "You got this," and whatever she does with her hands, it did not look appropriate.
Again, Mara just having the face of flustered. Just, I don't know how to respond to that.
You can get it. You can get it.
Kiro is going to walk through the door and say, "That woman reeks of silver."
She is a silversmith, after all. It's something I had to get used to myself. Considering what they do here, it's not surprising.
She's going to nod and say, "Yes, your friends contacted me, but Mara, we're playing a very, we're in a very dangerous situation with Somar Villa. We can't trust everybody."
That's fair. Hence why nobody here besides you and the spy mistress even knows my first name. That information alone could probably get them so much more advantage. But, with that being stated, somebody who deals with the undead all the time knows what undead can do with a name. But considering we have a death end involved that was in the city, I was trying and I was promising him to help him. Which, did the party ever tell him that what they decided to do with Weston?
Or would I ever tell you anything?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm asking the party in general, not just Father A.
I don't think anybody informed Kiro of what happened to Weston.
Also, I'm pretty sure the only two people that know are Rael and Father A.
Rael doesn't like sharing secrets.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Rael's not a sharing person.
That's fair, and it's considering there was a death end that I was talking to the other day that I told him to meet me today, I wanted to at least get some information that I knew about him. Considering from what I heard, there were death end hunters here, and if they're after him, I'd like to at least try to protect him.
So, real quick, Rael is upstairs, correct? Or is he out running errands? I don't know the direction he went.
Out running errands.
running errands.
Okay.
He considered staying behind to sneak in and listen, but decided against it and actually left.
Okay. Kiro is going to... Kiro's going to say, she's going to say, I don't know about these Death and Hunters. I haven't interacted with them before. But before the Elder passed the protection of the clan on to me, he warned me of letting anybody of the Rendell family stay in the town. He shrugs and says, there was a man when we were younger that came through. I saw my father speak to him.
I do know Weston's last name, correct?
You do.
And it was Rendell? Oh, Rendell?
Rendell, yes.
Rendell.
Where is Weston? He is not there.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Well, he's such a trustworthy person. I don't know why we're so scared of him.
Oh, he's super trustworthy. It's just that he's gonna turn into a hellish demon werewolf.
Did he tell you why or any information about how to at least help them with their first transformation? After all, I remember quite many of our clan members having that being the hardest one.
She's going to say... She's gonna stop and think and say, and she's going to shake her head and say, as far as I know, there's actually measures to prevent them from transforming. She's going to go on and say, I chalked it up to superstition, but my father warned if the Rendells were around, it was because they were fighting against those measures.
Well, he doesn't seem to know about that.
She is going to nod and say, well, one came through Somar Villa came through Somar Villa a few days ago. She was only there briefly before I told her she could only stay for the day and then had to leave.
I'm guessing Mara doesn't know the last name. That might be Weston's sister, or it could be another member of his family. He is looking for information on them.
Kiro is going to shake her head and say, no, this woman was older than you and me. She shrugs and says, smelled perhaps 30. Maybe even 40.
That's concerning to hear.
She shakes her head and says, didn't look like she had a hard life.
I'll take that with a grain.
She's going to ask, well, my turn for the questions. Why are you asking about Deathan?
Again, there was an individual that I wanted to try and help him at least get away from those hunters and perhaps be able to learn how to better adapt to these our curse. And if he can have an extreme case, if I want to be able to help people in our clan, I need to be able to help anybody who has this, even if they're extreme. deal with it as they see fit, whether live with it or try and remove it. You know this, Kiro.
She's just going to start like rubbing her shoulders and say, still, you think that there's actually one out there? Somebody about to transform into it?
In a few months, according to his birthday, from what I know, he will turn on his he will start turning on his birthday. So, and it seems to be coming up within a week or so.
She's going to exhale and say, I never liked them much anyways, but the clans in the north stopped sending letters out. Nobody's heard from Peasley in months.
Okay, as a player, who's Peasley again?
Mira can roll me a history check.
History.
That's the first time this group has learned this information.
What the hell? I am doing shite for.
So there's a clan. You aren't the only clan of werewolves. You're the clan that lives south of the capital. There are other clans of you guys around Arder Sarai.
Right.
Although it was never your job to keep up with them, you weren't in the upper echelons of your clan. You came and left as you pleased. You didn't have to be tied down to the inner politics of werewolfage. You're not sure who Peasley is. You can assume from Kiro's information she's the leader of another clan. I was going to say, if we're being hunted as is, Marrow, and Deathan gets released and attacks people, she shakes her head.
He's gonna kind of head over towards her and kind of try and give her a hug of comfort. Like,
this is so.
I mean, it's slow paced, but it's there.
Yeah. She yeah. I mean, she's not. She's gonna accept it. She's still turned away from you.
I know that this is hard. I'm trying to come up with find a way, and I feel like I'm close to being able to find a way to make this a lot easier for all the clans, not just for our own. But I think
Go ahead.
if there are Death End Hunters here, and if some of them are too eager to consume themselves, from what I understand, most of them got destroyed, but there might be a few out there, so at least knowing this knowledge, we can at least protect ourselves. Right?
She's going to nod and say, the Rendale that came through the village, she was heading to the capital. A woman by the name of Rukai. I'll try and find her in the city. If I do, I'll send her in your direction. Perhaps she could provide more insight than me.
That would be great, honestly.
She is going to turn around and raise her finger and pop you on the nose and say, "Alright, take care of yourself, Snips. I'll see you soon."
Take care of yourself as well.
I'll shut down.
She's gonna walk out outside the door, closing it behind her, and does Meat hear it? After a few minutes or a few moments, you're going to hear footsteps coming from of you, looking at the doorway or the stairwell. You see Meat peeping down, and she's going to say, "Well, what?" She's gonna say, "You didn't seal the deal. She was so pretty." Mary.
I'm disappointed.
Mero's gonna gesture to himself like, me and her. Do you really think I have a chance?
Yes! Damn you!
Meat is going to say, well, if I landed a lady like that, I would long string of expletives because Meat was a soldier.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of hand gestures, a lot of sailor talk.
I would.
Upside down!
You need to clip of that episode of SpongeBob.
And if she bleep, and I'm just saying that's just how romance goes these days. So, go ask her for an oath blade or something. Because if you don't, I will.
Ooh.
I just think that Mero's just now wide-eyed, just looking at her like, what did I just hear?
I am not 100% sure on what just happened.
Yeah, at one point, Meat's upside down doing handstands with her. Still swearing.
Gets the whiteboard out, draws detailed examples.
Mero's just gonna look at me and simply and bluntly state, the most interaction I get with her are similar to that, and otherwise, I've lived with wolves and bears out in the forest. What do you expect from me?
So you should know how instincts work!
She's just going to shrug and say, just remember, all things end. While you're here, it's just best to have a good time. And she's not going to push it further than that. She's just going to move back. Oh, you know what? She's got her longsword on her because she would try and be respectful of you, and she's just going to sit on the desk, kick up her boots, and then and take off her longsword and throw it to the other side of the room. She's gonna say, sorry again about the silver. It's, I hunt the things that I have to kill. That require silver to be killed sometimes. She shrugs.
I know this all too well, considering quite a few undead and are weak to what I'm weak to. I like playing with fire, I guess.
Alright.
He said, as he makes as I'm guessing the fireplace is put out right now, as he says that he's actually going to snap his fingers and turn on the fireplace.
Produce flame?
Yep, produce flame.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll jump over to... We're gonna jump over to Father Anderson. Heading into Storm's Nest. Heading into Storm's Nest.
The criminal walks into prison. That's the legal system.
There is no justice.
I am the justice.
Alright. So the whole way over here, Lilda has... I'm just going to say Lilda has been lecturing you on morality. And the
I figured as much.
Man, that's a waste of time.
Yeah, the different perspectives approaching it. And your responsibilities to those below you. And why Ardor has a caste system in the first place. And how your actions could betray that caste system, and not just the person you slighted, but possibly thousands of people, etc., 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 etc.
Person I slighted
Wine,
was the magnate of Ardor Sarai.
Etc., 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 etc.
It's just it's not like I pissed off some merchant, and I have to think about his dock workers. I pissed off the leader of this nation.
Well, I mean, no, you haven't pissed her off yet.
He taught me about Reaganomics, kids! I know how trickle-down works. It doesn't.
Alright, so... in Storm's Nest. I will explain it for this stream. And you walk through a winding hallway, leading into a large entrance chamber. It is a two-floored affair with archers and crossbowmen on the second floor, looking down on this lobby. The lobby is open to the public as people are being filed in and out of 3 different lines. One line for the staff that works inside of Storm's Nest, another line for prisoners or people visiting, and another where people are only escorted by guards. What do you want to do?
Hope to God Torque isn't here.
Oh!
Guess who's here?
I jinxed myself, didn't I?
Actually, as you are looking around, Lilda is going to say, I'm actually good friends with the new warden. He owes me a favor. I could perhaps get you a tour if you'd like.
No!
What part of I've spent time in this prison did you not understand? Did you think that was euphemism or something?
She's going to shrug and say, be snappy all you want, but if you want to talk to somebody in here, you're right now, a case is being built against you for treason. It's not like they're just going to let you walk in through the front door.
I need to speak with Alis Flatreb.
And she's going to say, that's the woman you put behind bars.
Yeah. So, from what I understand about my criminal history, that's the one thing you're not going to let me do, because I have a nasty habit of letting those out.
Yeah, and she's going to say, why?
Personal reasons.
She's going to think on it for a moment, and then shake her head and say, you haven't convinced me.
I had a dream last night.
Oh, go ahead.
Where she crept into my cell, turned me to stone. And as my flesh slowly started to match the wall, she taunted me about the things that she would do now that I was out of the way. I need to see her, just so I don't go crazy.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
This will go poorly, because I have charisma.
Believe in the power of love, Rob.
Alright. As you say that, it looks like Lilda is being a little more forgiving. And you haven't really quite convinced her yet. And she's just going to stop for a moment, long in thought about this. And say, what's your sanity mean to you?
If I'm worried, like that dream made me, I'm not effective being our mag safe.
She nods and says, and what, and does it scare you, the possibility that she's out?
More than anything.
Other than this, what would make you feel safe?
I could have stayed in the castle and just stayed with Ariana.
And she's going to nod and say assurance. It's almost as knowing there's something you can trust on the sight of your eyes. The belief that the system in place is working puts your mind at rest.
Something like that.
She's going to nod and say, that's your position for thousands of other people inside of Ardor Sarai. The Soulsworn when you were a Soulsrai, looked towards you for that same assurance. She's going to walk by you and walk to the third desk on the western wall, and she's going to say, I'd like to speak with Warden Talcum Flame. I will never remember this guy's name.
Give him a better one. His name's Frank now.
Frank. Talcum Frank. The Cinder...
Powder.
Here we go.
Give him, you say Frank's.
The Cinder
That's a good
Inquisition. Talcum Sarkovan. And she's going to say, I'd like to speak with Warden Talcum Sarkovan. You can tell him a member of the Ethics Council is here to collect on his day. The guard is going to stand up and nod. She's going to look back at Father Anderson and say, he owes the Ethics Council a great favor involving a matter of a Darnthel temple that was opening in town. I'll get you that meeting.
Deep breaths, Father. Deep breaths.
She's gonna say, hey, I'll get you that meeting with Alis. After a few moments, he is going to... the guard is going to arrive and say, a messenger was sent. He ran back and said that you are to meet him in his office. And she is going to nod and say, I assume you know where it is?
Is that to me?
Yes.
Would I know where it is?
Yeah, I'll give you a history check. She begins walking with you, and would they send a guard to escort you? She's an
Well, if we have a
ethics
guard,
counselor.
then why do I need to make a history check?
Well, they don't send a guard with you. She knows where it is. But
I rolled a
anyways,
24.
yeah, you are going to. Yeah, you know where the warden's office is. It's actually on the floor right above where you were held, in the high security, high danger area.
Was I held where Alis is?
No. Actually, I can erase this map for you, and I can circle the room where your prison break took place. For some reason, I'm not getting... Oh, there we go. That room was where the prison break took place, and upstairs, there is where the warden's office is. That's also where Carter attacked Mikado with the maul. And
It didn't go so well for him.
well, I mean, it was a prison break, but boy, was it a scary one. All right, making your way to the warden's office. I did not have a picture for Talcum yet up, but I will get one next session. Talcum, Flameguard Talcum Sarkovan, stepping into his office, you are going to see you're going to see holy memorabilia, I guess, and religious symbols depicting the Chantry of Discipline, the faith that worships the ascended fire goddess. As you are aware, Flame Guard Sarkovan was in charge of the Cinder Inquisition. That was the faction of investigators within the Chantry of Discipline that Torque worked for. Torque, the guy who wanted to send you back to prison.
He's got to be fucking
That lovely
jazzed
fellow.
right now.
Yeah, when Oris was killed, I think General Naldarin was in charge of Storm's Nest. Naldarin was promoted to a High General of Winds, or of Arms. And when the position over Storm's Nest opened up, Flame Guard Sarkovan was promoted to Warden Sarkovan, Warden of Storm's Nest. And then Torque was promoted to Flame Guard in charge of the Cinder Inquisition. Everybody moved up in life. So maybe you guys should go kill a couple more people so you can get some more promotions. I'm kidding. Anyways, he's going to stand in the office as you step in. And he is going to hold his arms out with a smile. I'm going to... Yeah. He is a half-orc. And he is just going to look at Lilda stepping in and say, Lilda! Keeve didn't tell me you were coming by today. She is going to bow and say, I am on a new assignment. I am I'm traveling with, she gestures to Father A. If you want to introduce yourself.
I'm Alexander Anderson.
And she's going to say, he's going to be going through a trial similar to Seth. And he's, Talcum is going to sit down and say, so they've got you doing Typhus's job now. She nods and says, he was my mentor. He nods and says, the gods rest his soul. She nods. He's going to gesture to Father and say, well, what is it that brings you guys here? She and Typhus got us out of a very bad situation.
Something about a Darenthel temple?
He nods and says, yeah, the true culprits were never found. The temple was burned to the ground. Everybody blamed the Chantry of Discipline. The Magnate almost took action up against us, but the Ethics Council stepped in. And he says,
I'm well aware of the incident.
He's like, I was there, by the way.
I was in said temple when it burned.
She's gonna look at you and say, I'm sorry. And he's going to reply, well, I can assure you, the Chantry had no part in it.
I know.
And nonsense says, and the Cinder Inquisition, our job was more focused around the undead. If the Magnate's Knights ever do find the true culprit, I'll ensure you're there to see justice dealt.
I doubt I'll make it.
And he's going to say, well, for this one, anything. What do you need?
I need to see Alis Flatrib.
Now, I know I said anything, but,
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gonna say, well, first I'm gonna roll him a history check. like Mentory, Mentor. Yeah, doesn't know anything about you. And he's going to say, weren't you the one who put her in here?
Yeah.
He's going to nod and say, "Okay, I will make sure it's arranged." And he's going to say, "I hear reports. I hear reports coming out of the castle. Danger on the loose. I can give you several sets of extra guards inside there. I have my 4 best knights watching over the place."
Make a joke so bad.
He failed his history check. He rolled a 2. Yeah,
Oh,
Kate
so
himself,
he doesn't
but that's
realize
not his
I'm
function.
the danger. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Man, she's getting a lot of visitors on her last day.
I'm more than capable of handling Ayla should she do it, warranting it.
And he is going to hold up a hand as you go by, and he's going to say, "We're and I don't know if you know this. He's going to say, "Were you aware Gilsong has returned? He was the one who interrogated the prisoner."
Another member of his party was with him.
It's one of those moments where I kind of, you just kind of like want to look at somebody and just be like, "You fucking stupid," because it's like, well, it's like both of those. You know the fact that Gale Song interrogated her, and that I'm the one that brought her in, but you can't connect those dots.
Yeah, and he's not the smartest man in the world.
I'm aware Gale Song's back. I'm the one that recruited him to help bring Alis in.
Yeah, and he's going to say, a full report was made from his conversations with her. If you want, you could read that instead. I can have a copy of it prepared to give you.
I would like to read that on top of my conversation.
He nods and says, "Otherwise, she's been a model prisoner. Forthcoming and well-behaved. She just sits. We've started giving her books the past couple days." And he's going to say, "None of that magic stuff, though."
Oh no, none of that magic stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. He gestures for you to leave. Lilda is going to bow. And yeah. Well, I guess he would also tell you guys where her cell is, and how to get to it. Walking into the next hall, and down a chamber, you are going to walk through a iron portcullis, and behind a set of iron bars, there is a guard waiting in the hall that waiting by the doorway that lets you pass the portcullis. Giving him the warden's would have had a safe word for you. We'll say stapling, and the guard is going to nod and open a secret passageway that leads through the wall. Inside, you are going to see a room that is about 30 feet wide. There are 4 guards, or 4 knights in here posted. They each have armor on and swords with runes on them. In the center of the room, you are going to see on the floor in a large 15-foot circle. There's a light. There's a rune of light on the ground, glowing blue, inscribed there. Above this rune, about 2 feet, there is a cage. The floor of it is entirely made of silver, and the bars are of adamantine. and it is built into the ceiling of this room. It is suspended over the anti-magic circle. Inside of the cage, you are going to see... I guess I should remove her title, because she's no longer a diviner. Alis Flatreb. And this early in the morning, she would be just waking up.
She doesn't sleep.
Oh yeah, she doesn't sleep. That's true. She would still be reading, actually. All right. Looking at you coming into the room. Does Lilda... Oh yeah, of course Lilda's going to come with you. She is going to... she's going to stand in the back of the room and say... do what we discuss, Lord Anderson. And then once it's done, we can leave.
Oh yes, I'm getting assurances. Self-actualizing my potential.
She stands in the back of the room near the secret door. Alis is going to look at you and say, to be honest, I kind of hoped that this would be the other way next time we met.
You know, you're not the first person to tell me that.
And she's going to say, what is it? What's Ariana struggling with now? She sent you for my help or something.
You know, you wish. No, I'm just here on personal business. I just wanted to see you.
She's gonna close the book and look over it and say, just wanted to see me.
Yeah.
She inhales, exhales, and is going to open her book and say, well, congratulations, your quest is done.
I guess it is. Does it ever weigh on you? All the things you've done?
She's gonna pause from reading and then say, have you ever been to the bridge?
I haven't.
It's a desolate hellscape, a horrid nightmare. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemies. Yet I know eventually I'm destined to go back there.
I'll be right behind you, probably.
She's gonna hold, put her hand up, and she kind of just like gestures as if she's holding something and say, the gatekeeper is playing a game with all of our souls. Ineffable and unreadable. Her methods, her desires, it doesn't make any sense. I'd sooner die 1,000 times before I laid down my staff and didn't work for the freedom of all those in Ilderon.
I don't know how you can talk about freedom, given what you did to get put in this cage.
She's going to laugh and say, really? Really? Me? Me of all people. You are judging my actions. The minor amounts of harm I cause. To the levels of wanton death and destruction caused from your actions.
This isn't a matter of levels of destruction, Aylas. What choice have you ever given your own daughter? You want to talk about freedom?
She's gonna exhale again and say, I wanted to give her the choice to join. But with the stakes and things that I was working for, the chance of things going wrong, it couldn't be risked. Trust me, when I said I pursued this, or when I did this in the nicest possible way I could, I did. Had anyone else been in charge, this country would have looked vastly different.
You'd know, wouldn't you? You put the last magnate there. You married the one before him.
Aylas,
You're saying this all in front of your, counselor.
Nothing I've said is a crime. I've not admitted to any crimes.
I know, but still, it's like...
I mean, if anything, cat's out of the bag, Aylas is Talia.
Aylas is going to smile and say, I've noticed something about you since you've been at the castle. You can criticize my family all you want, but you never talk about yours.
Ooh.
That's not the talk.
What family's left, though?
None.
That's the issue.
It's something we have in common, Aylas. We're both horribly broken people whose dumb decisions killed their family. You just thankfully have a daughter left. You're welcome, by the way.
Oof. Father A coming back savagely.
And she's going to nod and say, I plan to keep it that way.
I do too.
It's been a week since I've been in here. What finally stirred you to come?
You, decided to haunt my dream.
She's gonna say, really? I'd imagine you've seen me more than once, or more than just last night.
Cheeky. You came to me while I slept, turned me to stone, and taunted me about how you were going to get your daughter and your granddaughter and succeed at all of your dark plans. It spooked me.
And she's gonna say, and you think that's what I want? To force Ariana into my circle. To destroy Ardor. And bring this all crumbling down.
I mean, yeah.
No, I don't. Well, maybe not the last part. I do want to remind you about what happened the day that we captured. Wasn't a lot of polite consent being had.
And she's going to respond to that and say, my hand was forced.
You blaming me now?
She nods and says, yes, you and your lot were onto me. You were trying to undo things that you don't understand. You were putting her life in danger.
You put her life in danger.
If I wasn't here watching her, they would have taken her.
I wouldn't have let it happen.
She's going to nod and say, well, let's hope that god of yours feels the same way. A new circle is forming without me. I won't have any say or input. I know nothing.
I won't be around to stop it.
She's going to look at Lilda, who has followed you. You in here, and she doesn't get much outside news, and she's gonna say, what have you done?
Officially nothing. They have to prove my guilt first.
What languages does Alis know? Let's look at this.
Let's not do Elvish this time.
I think she only speaks like common in one other language.
I imagine
she
demonic?
Speaks common, Old Tongue, and Abyssal.
Let me look.
I think you know Old
Oh
Tongue.
hey!
Yeah?
I speak common, Old Tongue, and Abyssal. Why are we so insane?
Wait, you speak Abyssal?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would go through like just weaving words through each of the sentences of just like and she starts whispering and do you understand this? First in common, then Abyssal.
Cool. Of course I speak common, that's what we've been talking in. Not like
No,
we've been trained
not
mental
common,
bard.
and Old Tongue, and then Abyssal.
Yes, both.
She's
In one of the two.
She's going to speak in Abyssal to you and say, if you can get me out of here. I've got...
Which you can't, because certain events need to happen.
I've got magic. I've got spellbooks stashed away in the castle. I've access to magic to change your memory, to remove crimes, things you've done, regrets. You don't ever have to think about your family again. You don't have to think about the crimes. You can stand in a zone of truth and proclaim your innocence.
But I'm not innocent in Abyssal. You know that. I know that.
She's going to nod and see. She'll say there's a place in the courtyard next to the Stages Tower. I used to like to sit at night. There you'll find a cache of my items built into the stone of the castle. And she's gonna say, I know you care about Ariana. Don't let yourself get swept away from some stupid mistakes. She needs somebody right now, and I can't be there.
Maybe she needs somebody else.
And she's gonna say, unfortunately, everyone else is dead. Death claims all the good ones.
Is Respus that good?
She's gonna look away from the bars and say, had his flaws, but yes, he was a man who I chose to marry.
Lucky.
And she is going to she's going to back away from the bars and say, I'll let you in on a secret not well known around Ilderon. When you get to the bridge, look up.
I'll make sure it's the first thing I do from the Aramir.
When you feel the fear running down your spine, then you'll understand everything that I did. She smiles, nods, and then picks up her bow.
Well, shall we meet again, Aylis?
Might be
In the
sooner than you
grave.
think. She calls out.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
Lilda,
I was last get that in character.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Lilda is going to step up behind you and say, what language was that? What did you guys say?
Abyssal. It was all mushy stuff. We have a complicated relationship.
She's going to just push her glasses up to her eyes, look down as she pinches her nose, and says, I never thought I'd have to include a lesson on why you shouldn't romance in a tongue spoken by demons. Again, and I'm assuming you guys start walking out of here.
Well, how else are you supposed to flirt with a demon?
And she's going to say, again, the stations and expectations of you being a noble, at some point you have to act like it.
I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, we started our complicated relationship. She was a diviner. And we're both behind bars. I think we're playing perfectly to our station.
She is going to shake her head and say, no, Ardor Sarai is held together through honor and oaths. If we can't trust one another, if we can't trust the ones we make those oaths with, there's nothing.
That's what Ariana keeps telling me.
Alright, you and Lilda are going to leave Storm's Nest. Where are you heading?
I don't know.
Making my way downtown, walking away.
I'm gonna go think about my life. I don't exactly feel comfortable making a beeline for the, Sage's Tower. Find this cache of magical objects.
Might want to ditch your escort first.
Given that I'm being followed.
You could go to the Calcan office. Seeing how that goes.
We can return to see what's happening at the bridge with all those vultures.
Well, actually, I was about to. But first of all,
as soon as I make my distinction, make my decision.
You make your decision, but also I was gonna jump to Rael next.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to the Calcan office.
Alright! Walk in on Meru and meet just like, why are you not hitting that? Well, because she's a friend who I respect, who I don't want to hit. No, I mean sexually!
Now I understood what you meant, still!
It's just like, besides, she probably has somebody else. Meru's complete.
Alright.
Meru has a perfectly good girlfriend opportunity that he's throwing away!
Oh, Rael. Okay, so, yeah, JV, you said Rael was going out to do errands, but you didn't tell me what.
He wants to get some cheap and common spell components.
Okay.
Clay, ash, mandrake root, and then also the stuff for Magnificent Mansion, which is 5 GP each for some small ivory, marble, and a tiny silver spoon.
Okay, yeah, you'll be able to pick up that stuff in the you'll actually be able to pick up that stuff in in the city proper on the main island of the capital, and a little bit of it in Aline trading in bazaars. I'm not going to roleplay it out because nothing's like particularly difficult. And yeah, that would take Rael, the better part of an hour searching through the city proper before he starts heading towards Aline. I'm gonna actually roll you a percentage die of if you find everything in the city proper. The thing I hate the most about a percentage die is when I'm indecisive about something and it comes up specifically at 50%. I'm gonna re-roll it one time. Cool, 49%. Yeah. You will have to go to Aline to get the last couple components, but otherwise, so yeah, I'll move you to an hour and a half.
He's also got the gem he got from the dwarf, in like the cleric dwarf right at the beginning, and see if they can get that valued and converted.
Okay,
my character sheet just says gem from dwarf on it.
I'm pretty sure I told you guys that gem was it has a flat gold value. You can count it as gold, it just doesn't count as weight against you. It can be traded as regular currency.
How much gold is that?
I gave you guys a number when I gave it to you. If there's no info on it, I will just re-roll it. Alright. Cool. Somebody is going to appraise your gem.
Hey, somebody's gonna find out what she was talking about at the bridge.
Look up, Anthony!
Well,
Morgan's seen it.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's no secret to the player base. There's a lady up there. Alright, here we go. It is worth 572 gold.
Cool.
It can trade for 100% of its value.
Great. In that case, Ray would like to get 600 gold worth of the inks he needs to transcribe spells.
Okay. Actually, give me 1 second to pull up Halith. Because I don't want to cheat you, because I just remembered I may actually have... what that gem is worth on his character sheet. Halith... Because it might be a spell component for something. What could he cast?
I know he can cast Smite. I remember that quite well.
What nonsense?
Well,
You can also cast Death Ward.
Verbal. That's verbal and somatic. There's no material. Control weather. What's control weather do? Or control water. Okay, that's.
Ancient us.
Yeah. Flame strike has a material component. Pinch of sulfur and insect plague. Okay, yeah. And planar ally is just verbal. Okay. I thought it was a spell component. Yeah, I don't know, but no, I guess I just gave it to you guys as flat currency. All right.
Copy that.
So ignore all that stuff I just posted. You're able to pick up that stuff.
Great. Then we'll head back to the Calcum office.
Okay. And when we reconvene with everybody, I'll come back to you. All right. Dumont and Alma. As it has been 10 minutes past Celebris leaving. He is not. Obviously the spell isn't done yet. He has not, came back or anything. Do you guys want to do anything before I jump to Celebris?
Now.
Alright. I feel like I should have a picture for the bridge.
Back. What did I miss about us?
Well, we just jumped over to you. I was asking, it's been 10 minutes since Celebris has been gone. He does not, his body's not stirring. He hasn't came back or anything. I was asking if there's anything you guys wanted to do before I jump to Celebris.
Dumont's gonna look at Alma and go, is it supposed to do this?
Yeah, this is normal.
And Dumont
Is it?
Dumont is going to make an insight check.
I'm being serious. I'll spoil that now.
Okay, go ahead. Give me that insight.
Sorry, I didn't have my character up.
All right.
Yep. You see perfectly fine.
Yeah, Alma has the diamond held over Celebris's body. He is chanting, and light is funneling, through the diamond, refracting and going into Celebris's chest. It's probably magic. All right.
Do you believe in magic and what?
Celebris.
That's Zakora.
Yep.
You are on the bridge. Again, everywhere you run, it's just this scorched plain. Let's. I don't know why I put up all my percentage dice. I'm gonna need these all night. As you do, in the distance, you can see one of these massive Aldine shrieking and moving towards you. Is there anything you want to do? Although there's not much.
Not die.
Yeah, there's no area to duck behind, is there?
No. It is a flat, scorched field you are running, and the earth is cracked beneath you.
Well, I guess I will try to summon out my axe.
All right. You are able to do so. Let's see. All right. The Albion is going to come land next to you and begin shrieking at you. It is a... Well, this one is not medium. It is a huge creature, towering over you. It's 2 heads, each shrieking so loud that you almost feel a wind coming from its breath. And let's go to this. As it does, you see more of these birds start coming towards you and swirling around you. They are significantly smaller.
No. Not how I expected this to go. I'll take a defensive stance, protecting myself if it tries to attack.
Okay. After about 5 minutes of this, these birds are going to start swooping down around you. They're not attacking you, but they are joining in this shriek. You feel like they are signaling something. There is a cloud on the horizon moving towards you. It is dark. It is like a rolling thunderstorm. It passes over you, blowing away everything except for the largest Albion. There is a... oh, well, actually... I need to pull these back up. I'm just looking for... Oh, there it is. I'm so smart. I didn't archive it because I knew I'd need it. Alright, let's go with a die. You've got 1, 2, or 3. Oh, I already know which one I want.
Let's see
No,
which
I
one.
lied. It's this one.
Let's see which one of them I get to talk to today.
As the cloud clears, you recognize the Haraf that killed you standing before you.
Oh, that's even better.
He is going to look look down on you as she is hovering several feet above you. The smoke moving around you and circling. She is going to say, "You've abandoned your posts aboard the Aramir."
I was given permission to leave.
She is going to land on the ground and say, "No one ever leaves. I did not pick your soul at random. I sent you to our goddess to serve."
And someone agreed that, and I'm not sure if it's your goddess or not, that there was more I could do on the other side.
She's going to say, "Right now as we speak, someone begs for your soul. The voice has been summoned to the moon perch, or to the moon throne."
And are you here to tell me you're not going to allow it?
She is going to shake her head and say, "It's not my choice. I've came because one that I've called is attempting to escape the bridge."
Well, I'm not trying to escape. I was released over a month ago under under permission, so this is just another way for me to serve the duty I was entrusted with more effectively.
Who is your father?
One second. I believe I do have that. Oransis. Was the Orfather and captain of the part I was on.
She is going to spread her wings and say, and take to the sky, and she is going to say, when next you visit this plane, it will not be my all being that mark you. It will be the hounds that come for you.
If that's the price I have to pay to finish what I started, then I'll take it.
She flies towards the sea. Turning around, you no longer see her. Actually, this Albean has a name. I forgot I had a character card for it specifically. And it sticks around, trumping through the dark mist that is around you. After maybe sitting here for 5 more minutes, this thing you feel every step of it, even when you can't see it between the darkness. the mist is going to fade and start. Well, not fade. It's going to start coalescing in the center. You are going to see a figure composed completely of this black smoke. The all-being is behind it. In its face, you see a dark room with a man holding a torch. You see Alma over your body, and you see Dumont holding the torch.
And with that, the diamond shatters.
It is going to say, "A soul has pleaded to the goddess for your return." Your soul.
Nice show.
Is it's going to continue and say, "Your soul is not yours to command. It is hers for eternity." Should you wish your freedom, seven in turn must serve in your place.
Seven must serve in my place. So does that mean I have to convince 7 more people to follow your mistress?
In his face, where you see the room, the smoke is going to shift, and is going to shift and focus on the sickle, and then it is going to, while everything that you see is kind of like in black and white, the sickle that is glowing on the floor, the one you set down, is going to change colors before it coalesces inside of his head. He reaches for it and pulls it out and offers it towards you, and says, "7 souls reaped with a moon wreath blade. Dutiful souls, regardless of situation, that will serve when called."
Alright. Brandon, I gotta ask out of character just so I can get an understanding. So what I'm being asked is to kill 7 worthy people.
Yes.
Okay. Celebris will grab onto the sickle, kind of turning it over in his hand, looking at it. And how long do I have?
Time limit. Let's see.
I imagine the next time you come.
He'll say, "Eternity is dead. Your offer expires in 2 days."
In 2 days? Jesus Christ!
I had to kill 7 people in 2 days. Holy shit.
I mean...
Well, given how we go through days in this campaign, you've got a year.
Fair.
Goodbye, Marrow.
Well, no, they have to be
You're not
worthy
worthy.
people.
Oh,
Got
right.
one soul already for you, buddy. Don't worry.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I'm not worthy. Trust me, nobody wants me to come to their aid.
This
Good
is
luck
what
trying to kill Father A.
Oh, right.
Is there anyone in this whole city that's worthy at all? Even
Marcus,
Father A.
Ariana, Oro.
Tatum.
we're basically
Tatum?
making a hit list
Captain
right now.
Tatum's worthy.
A-list. No, A-list isn't worthy.
Oh, she's definitely not
As
worthy.
you guys conspire who to murder, don't ever ask why followers of Renalta are not liked.
Oh, this is why Father
This is why
A
they
gets a
don't
bad
let them
rap.
in cities.
That's
I
why they burn down
mean-
their temples.
I don't think Alma's ever had it. Is Alma worth shit? Is Alma worthy? I don't think I am. I'm a priest. I'm not a warrior. I think I've made that very clear in all the
Marcus
deaths
was a
I've
sorcerer,
had.
was a mage.
He was. From what I saw, I tried to watch a video too. Got to see one little bit of it before I fell asleep.
All right.
I mean, I am a follower of Renalta, but like, actually, here's a question: what
That's my
qualifies you?
sickle.
Yeah, let's get back real quick to this moment. He has these. Well, you taking the sickle. He has his hand extended. Smoke swirling around it. What do you do?
I don't have much choice in this matter, do I? If this is what it'll take for me to finish what I need to do, then I'll do it.
All right. What was I looking for? There's one thing I needed. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna move your sheet real quick. I just needed to see something. Okay, so the other thing that I did not bring up because I wasn't aware of it until just now. With your passive perception, Celebris, of course, is going to notice, just like before when you were on the air mirror, there was that lady standing impossibly high above you, just like a speck in the distance. Like if you focused on her, you could see her almost as if she was standing on top of a dome. She was directly overhead of you when you were on the air mirror. Even now, on who knows where you are on the bridge, looking up, you still see her. But if you take the hand of the voice, the smoke is going to start wrapping around you until your entire world becomes black. Not Rael. Dumont and Alma, you guys are waiting over Celebris's body. You are going to see the stuff he lied on the ground as he started disappearing. Among it, the Father Anderson sickle. The same thing happens to it. It starts evaporating into a mist before it just disappears. About 10 minutes later, the diamond is going to shatter. A burst of light coming from it, and then that same rainbowy mist filling the room and coalescing into Celebris holding the sickle. Celebris's body is also still on the floor.
Okay, well, the sickle thing wasn't supposed to happen, but, you know, glad that worked
Well,
as intended.
I come back into my spirit form, but my body's still on the ground, correct?
Yes.
Oh, wait, shit. I was like, wait, what? No, I'm sure I did that right.
Ryle's gonna be so pissed.
Like,
Demont's going to look back at Alma and say, "Are you sure?"
yes,
You're doing
I'm
it
sure.
right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Aren't you supposed to, like, the body is supposed to be, and he's pointing to Celebrus, be like together?
I had to.
Dumont shrugs and goes, "You owe him a diamond, dude. Good luck." And he chuckles and he starts walking away. And he's like, "Wait until Father A hears this. He's gonna love it. I got a story for him."
What happened on the other side? Something must have happened. I know I did that right.
Well, for me to return, it seems I have to replace my position.
Whoa, wait. You were on the boat?
I mentioned that.
Did he mention that?
I don't think to you.
I don't think he. Yeah,
I
no, he didn't mention that to
I
you.
didn't hear about that. Why didn't you say that before? That changes everything.
Oh, I did mention it, but I think you were probably captured at the time.
Actually, I think it was while both Mero and Alma were missing. He mentioned it while both Mero and Alma were gone, so neither of the dogs knew about that.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh my god, you were on the boat. Please tell me the one that assigned you your post was not the one that found you.
You mean the Harif that killed me?
That's a yes.
Yeah, it was her.
Alright, so, what is it that they want you to do?
Still holding the sickle and kind of throwing it up and catching it. Kill.
Yeah, figures.
7 people.
Alright, how long you got? Like a year? A month?
2 days.
At that, Dumont's going to kind of lean back because he had kind of walked away. He's like, "Can a knight do that?"
I mean, I'm pretty sure he has jurisdiction for executions.
Well, we had planned on going to Gwir to try to cut off a supply of vampire food.
So if a couple extra people were to... Alright,
I'm
well,
not taking out innocence. This will, if I can't get 7 people who I find that deserve punishment like this, and I failed. My life isn't more important than someone else.
well, if that's how you feel, I guess considering the circumstances and what we're about to do, this probably is the best time. But, so when you complete this action, I assume they will do the combining of the soul and body?
That's from what I understand, that's what it seems like. It was a really, really, really big bird that stood in front of me for a...
Does Alma know anything about that?
Yeah, you fought it. That was Halit's. Or rather, you fought a huge Albion before.
Oh, like, yeah, we fought an Albion before, but, like...
But that specific
that
Albion.
Albion, it was, well, like, because you were saying it was, like, bigger than the others, I figured it was special.
Yeah, that was,
I fought Ted. Do I know Mark?
Yeah, well, no. Albions are most of the time medium creatures. This one is gargantuan, actually. It was not huge. I'm sorry, Celebrus. It was gargantuan.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Dumont's going to look at you and go, "Well, I've heard of a big bird one time. Big yellow one. Used to live on the street."
Oh my god!
Is it the same
Well,
one?
anyway, the most important thing is I did everything right, and that was nothing to do on my part. So, my pride is still intact.
Also, the one that we fought was I also believe the one that we fought at the tower was huge. Correct?
No, it was gargantuan also. It was Emberus, the Sunless Wing, but which Majigger Celebrus doesn't know that.
Oh, that would make sense because it doesn't die. It went back home.
It was summoned by Halid.
So what should we do? Should we take my body or leave it here?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure. First of all, we have to carry the body. Second, how okay with you with accidental cuts and damage while in transit?
Alma, I believe you do know. Actually, no, you don't. I know that, but you stayed with Meryl long enough. You know he has a bag of holding.
Yeah, but the whole... Okay, no, listen. The entrance to a bag of holding is 5 feet. We are not fitting, like, a whole human body through that hole without cutting it into pieces, alright?
You can totally fit a whole body in there. I've done it.
Without cutting it into pieces. Yeah, you could fit the equivalent of full body in there, but you have to get past that 5-foot hole.
5 foot.
Not 5 foot. It's like...
Vertically.
I am looking at the dimensions. It's basically like a regular bag. You don't fit a whole.
As you guys are like talking about this, let's get the whole party back together. I'm assuming you guys head back to the Calcan office.
Yeah, I guess we'll put my body back in the crypt.
All right, coalescing party. So you guys are going.
You don't want to take it to the Calcan office? I guess it would stink, so probably. But
I think it's more of a weird memento to leave the corpse of your dead companion sitting in the middle of your foyer.
It's not polite.
Really brings the room together.
No, what really brings the room together, all of my drawings of worshipping for Renulta for the ritual, which I'm not erasing. So basically there is now a resurrection circle in the center of the room.
Alright. Everybody's going to get through the Calcan office. And you are going
Who
to...
gets there first?
Marrow. After Marrow, Father Anderson, accompanied by a woman you don't know.
Who has silver on her?
Oh, yeah. She's, hold on. Lilda, would be... Yeah, she's got the silver chains, displayed at her waist, and, as soon as she, steps in to the, Calcan office, obviously Meat would, greet her, and Marrow would run for the hills. I got super
Brandon,
quiet.
For the hills.
Brandon, on the way back, I would pick up Gimple, and
Gimple? Okay. Testing. How does my sound to you guys?
You've sounded fine to us all the time. I don't know if it was just your dream.
Okay. I will talk more at my mic. I have a bad habit of looking away from it as I'm talking. Alright, so yeah.
Brandon, did you hear about Gimple? We'd pick up Gimple on the way.
Oh, okay. And Gimple will be there. And he has got he's got the sheepskin condoms. And
Laurel's gonna take that in an
Wait, what?
different way.
Oh my god!
After everything that Meryl just went through, Meryl just went like, why? Everyone, you're conspiring against me!
I was just like, why does everybody think I'm trying to bone her?
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Alright. So everybody is together in the Calcan office.
At that, Dumont says, "Okay," and hands him one.
What?
And hands the rest to Father A and says, "I got you covered, buddy."
Marrow has such a confused face, and I'm sure Meat is still there.
No, Meat knows what that is.
Yeah.
I'm mostly just thinking about what the hell my, nanny is gonna say about that.
Basically, like, these are my companions. Hey, I got the sheepskin condom. You ready?
No,
Go ahead.
I was going to. Ah, man. One thing he was going to. No, he would have asked that more privately. Never mind.
E. Make sure you write down in your inventory 1 sheepskin condom, okay?
I am.
Go worry.
Yeah. As Father A is presented with the rest of his, Counselor Lilda or Allegan is going to look at you and say, "Do you think the charges against you are a joke?"
No. Why?
She gestures to the package you were just handed.
Dumont has his own ideas about the world. It's best not to correct him.
And who are you, if I may ask?
This is Lilda Alacan. She's with the Ethics Council. She's here to make sure I don't get up into any more trouble and to, fulfill my lost potential.
To help you get back on the path towards the noble and the knight we're supposed to be.
This is going to be entertaining. He's gonna sniff her, seeing what she is, not fully trusting her.
She's a hot human woman.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get anything weird from her. You smell incense on her, probably denoting her something that she burned.
Dumont's gonna look her straight in the eye and go, "Are you his babysitter? That's so weird. In Himsdale, we don't deal with that type of punishments."
She is going to shake her head and say, "I am not a punisher or a jailer of sorts. I'm actually,
So a babysitter. Gotcha.
She's going to say, if anything, it's my job to defend him, his reputation, and his honor. When
I'm not sure there's really anything that needs to be defended. It's Father Anderson. By the way, I am Alma. It is a pleasure to meet you.
She's going to shake your hand and say, when his trial comes, I will be sitting there right by his side.
Well, we can attest that he did not commit this particular crime. Or any crime.
Thank you.
Wink.
Like,
oh, Lord.
She held her breath for a second and just thank you.
or any crime that I'm aware of.
Alma, you are somehow making this worse.
Nonsense. Let me continue talking and go extensively into our checkered past. No.
Dumont's gonna look at her and go, "If you ask me, this is just a mud-hugging witch hunt. That captain seemed like he had already had the hanging noose tied and the executioner's axe sharpened. He sure wanted Father A dead before he could even say hello."
She is going to nod and say, "I'm sure the truth will come to light, and when it does, Captain Tatum will respect the magnate's judgment."
I've found in the short time I've been with Father Anderson that any authority figures tend not to get along with him.
I find that usually when somebody has an axe to grind, he makes sure that whatever he lies about sticks.
Regardless, this is the one way we could get Anderson out of his cell till his trial. Do we know when that's been set up yet?
8 days. 6th day next week.
That gives
We
us
got time
enough.
for our thing and come back, or
Lilda,
Sorry, my head's
between
cut
all
off.
the happenings today, I didn't inform you what my business is out of town.
Oh yeah, we're going vampire hunting.
And she's going to say, again, it's not my place to be a restriction on you or your enemy. I'm here at your side.
So
well, that's why
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
trying
you
to tell
don't
you
want to be
what
there.
we're doing. We're going to be engaging in combat with a cadre of powerful vampire.
Dumont's going to
My
kinda-
side isn't exactly going to be safe.
Dumont's going to look at Father A and go, "Can she even fight, or is she just going to be vampire bait?"
Now that we think about it, we were talking about we need someone to be big. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this could solve that issue.
Alma,
Well,
there's about
Laura's
14
shining
things.
light. Why am I the one that's considered a criminal amongst you?
Hey, I haven't. The only thing that Mara would state to her is just to keep those chains away from him.
There is marching in the streets.
I'm just saying, she wants to be useful.
There's marching in
There's marching in the streets.
Yes, whatever it is, you guys cannot tell the number of people coming.
Like, coming
What
towards us?
now?
Celebrus
Celebrus will look out the doorway.
There are about 20 armed guards outside, and Captain Tatum.
Oh God!
Of
why?
all the people.
I'm gonna open the door. I go outside. I'm gonna accept my death.
Captain Tatum.
Like, you have an official trial. They're not here to kill you, probably. Maybe.
Cap-
Oh, go ahead.
Captain Tatum, good day. How can we be of service here at the Kelkin office?
He is going to nod and say, I did not trust Anderson the moment I released him. I had men on his trail.
Imagine that.
He nods and says, I just got a report from Storm's Nest. Prisoner you spoke with has been murdered.
Oh my
To
god.
Location,
Oh my lord!
his location was secret. He points his sword at Anderson and then moves it to Lilda and says, Lilda Alakan, you're under arrest for conspiracy against the throne. He looks at you and says, I think she used you, Father A, to find out Aelis's location. She is going to say, what?
Yeah, what?
Man, things are happening really fast here. What?
There's about 14 things wrong with what's going on right now.
The assassin was caught. He confessed everything.
Dumont's gonna go, "The babysitter is a goddamn assassin!"
Lilda is going to say, I'm in no plot to assassinate any prisoner. I didn't know where she was even before today. Tatum is going to say, exactly.
She's been with me all day.
Alright, who's the assassin?
Do we want to tell Father Anderson that information?
I have no idea of his checkered
I want to become
dealings.
the boss of Group C.
Hey, that's 7 skulls.
Andrew,
Oh lord!
he's going to say, a case will be built against her, and the charges against Anderson will be dropped as long as you testify.
Oh, I know what's happening.
Captain Tatum.
On that, I don't know if he's willing to release details.
Captain Tatum, as a knight of the throne, if there's an assassin out, I would need to know who it is.
Does Oriana know?
Well, I mean, like, he has his own cover story.
Yeah, he's going to say, I received the report, and as soon as I did, I marched here. And he shakes his head and says, not yet.
I have to tell her.
Oh, for the love of all.
And he is going to say the assassin was under a powerful mind control effect. She might not even know her involvement in this. And she's going to say, is this more of my father's schemes? I had nothing to do with that damn cult of his either.
Well, as a matter of fact, it was.
Turns completely around to her. What did you just say?
What's the cult called?
She is going to say, my father was convicted and charged by Lady Anadelia Renalpaw Surreal. He partnered up with a foreigner and tried to expand our faith, the Chantry of Discipline. He started a following called the Heart of Embers. I had nothing to do with it. A lot of people died on a mountaintop, and he's been sentenced to work in the ruby mines on the river. Whatever he's done, I haven't talked to him in months. I should say it in that order. Tatum is going to say, again, you don't know what spells you might be under right now. She's going to raise her hand and say, and point to, raises her hand and, I'm surrendering, and points to Father A and says, and my charge? I'll say, after it's explained to the magnate, he won't need an ethics counselor with him.
How does this absolve me of my other crime?
It's just like I wanted to die.
He's going to say, we'll get to the bottom of it, and if you are affected by the same magic as that assassin was, he's going to say, Anderson, I know you'd never knowingly hurt our magnate.
Well, I have to give her some bad news, so you might want to rethink that thought.
Ooh! Not physically hurt her, he meant.
Yeah, I know, but you know...
And he'll say, but by all means, if you want to sit in a cell with her, you're more than welcome to.
You can lock me away after I tell Oriana about what happened. And I'm moving. I'm going.
Lilda is going to surrender herself. What's up, Shelby?
When he says about sitting in the same cell, Dumont claps him on the back and points at the sheepskin. And gives him one of those thumbs up nods.
Just going to ignore that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing what Father A always does. Ignores all of you to go to Ariana.
Yeah, no, that's why he's the leader. He always goes to Ariana, the leader of the city.
Alright, is everybody comfortable ending there, or is there anything anyone...
That is perfectly fine.
Alright. Yeah, that's tonight's session. If you wondered why I started laughing uncontrollably, it was when I realized I was just like, oh yeah, Anadelia would totally blame this on Alakan, because he's got so much stuff with him. And then I read Rob's recap, and I was like, wait, I sent her daughter to go with Father A, and she's gonna go to the scene of the crime where the guy's getting played!
Oh my god! So wait, question: this has cleared Father Anderson of his current charges?
Well, now they have a new suspect.
At least enough to get the babysitter off my back.
Or at the very least, so, question, does he still have to go to court?
Probably.
Yeah,
we'll find that out.
But I mean, he's less fucked than he was before.
Yeah. Which is, Father Anderson's suffering is eternal.
Alright. Alright.
He can't even get arrested right anymore.
Right? So I can't even commit crimes correctly.
Yeah, it's just let me sit in jail. And Kaden's like, why? Alright.
Kaden's like, I mean, if you want, but I mean, you have been proven innocent. Congratulations.
Well, right, it's like, yeah, with this new information, we have a new suspect, so, you're good, you don't need to be watched anymore. I'm like, why? Nothing I did is related to the other thing I did.
Anyways, what's the experience for tonight? And did anybody get inspiration?
Father Anderson got inspiration for the amount of shit he gets away with, and that he's trying to
yeah. How
admit
about
to.
inspiration for Father Anderson? Definitely for the just for all the sass at everybody. Absolutely everybody.
Father Anderson having none of it.
I think the only person who didn't get sass was Marrow, who is right now having the most confusing morning of his life.
Little
I mean,
did
it's
we
technically
We
evening
didn't
now.
get sass because we did not actually stay in a room long enough.
That's fair.
Like, Marrow did not open his mouth long enough around Father A.
Lilda shows up and is just like, if you run from me, it's a crime. I'm on your side. I want you to walk free. And Father A's like, fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. Also, congratulations. Now our roles have been reversed.
Now I have to watch you do your daily business. That would be the true crime.
Alright,
And thus, Marrow is never seen again.
I'm gonna give experience to... I'm gonna give major experience for Celebrus's storyline tonight, major experience for Father A's storyline tonight, major experience for Meru's storyline tonight, major experience for Rael's storyline of playing materials. No, I'm kidding. What else happened that was important?
Meryl
Everyone's covered by my storyline, given, like, the two separate but connected events I was a part of.
I feel like I was just here.
Yeah. Hey, you were a major catalyst, okay?
I was a catalyst.
I'm gonna give you
You
guys...
can't deny.
I'm the one that sent him back to the bridge. You're welcome.
I'm gonna give you guys minor experience, for Alyss's information. She...
Oh yeah, now we got cool toys to go pick up. And she can't bitch about it.
Cool toys to go pick up. After I tell...
Oh yeah, you're not getting your scythe back.
Her mother and the love of my life is dead.
So anyway...
anything else important happened tonight that I missed?
Meryl learning about the other tribe?
Oh yeah, I'll give you guys minor experience for that.
Marrow dancing.
Oh
my
God! Minor experience.
I'm glad that somebody else stated that, and
I'll give Mero inspiration tonight too. The roleplay hero was good.
Oh my God.
Also, I'd like to point out that's completely in character for Mero to say I'm better at instruments at this instrument than I am dancing, because he has a -1 to performance.
Alright.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's 3 ticks of major experience tonight. I'm gonna move you guys up a threshold too, because I think you're like 14.
We are level 14.
We are level 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 and... Whoa, wait, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. That just ended up giving you guys, like, 8,750,000. Like, nope.
We're level 20, baby!
It's the 20!
How math works.
Level 20, that's like level 70.
Level 70, Mero puts all the experience into Druid and Ranger.
We're level 15 by virtue of having gone through the cycle 6 times.
Okay, I remember how to use a calculator.
Oh, that's good.
We're still level 16 in our 7th subclass.
We've gone full Dila. We hit level 20 and just learned a whole new class.
Alright, 7,800 experience for tonight. And I don't think I missed anything.
7,800?
Yeah, 7,800.
7,800.
Alright, and your
15!
guys' next session is
we already
going...
hit 15.
Okay, how are you guys 15 already? I feel like you just hit 14.
We did.
We did.
I'm
Yeah,
crazy.
no, how'd you get there? Can I be 15 too?
Cooper,
HJ! Rob gets to be 15! Can I be
look at
15
the
as well?
experience later. Alright, your guys' next session is on the 24th of August. Yes. Alright, and yeah, that's where we'll end for tonight. Moving into episode 7.
Rob, what are you at?
I have 166,025.